Yo, what's up, Flobo? Episode 170 coming at you each and every Wednesday right here on the YouTube's youtube.com/Flobo Boys. And if you guys haven't already know, there's many ways you can support the show and other shows. For sure, you can hit the patreon.com/Flobo Boys. We call it the Boisterous Crew. Those are people that unlock bonus content and extra interviews, like the people on the bottom of the screen below. You too can be one of them. Hit it up, patreon.com/Flobo Boys. And by popular demand, you can get those t-shirts. The birthday edition is back in the store because it's my birthday month at flobito.threadless.com. Hit that up, flobito.threadless.com for all that sweet Flobito merch. How you guys doing? How you guys living? It's What's Up, Flobo, the show we kind of sit and chat and rap about what's going on in the world. And as you guys have pretty much heard me lament about, the world is shifting back to a normal, or at least a hybrid normal thing. I refuse to say the phrase the new normal, but that's exactly what it is. And as I try to navigate the many different inquiries from DJ job, trying to see how I can grow the podcast network and how I can be a better and bigger and host in that digital space, real life comes at you fast. See, over the time, I've been trying to get back into the creative thick of things, not just writing the shows. I think that's creative, but no one really thinks about writing these podcasts as a creative endeavor. But my writing has shifted as the jokes of the stand-up comedy writing is coming back in full force this summer, this spring, or even last winter. I've been full bore into making my next book a reality. In fact, I had mentioned that book over the past couple of weeks on this very show. First draft is done, and I sat on it for a long time because I was afraid to go through it and proofread it. Because I had one release that wasn't that great. When I released it, was filled with a little bit of grammatical errors and such. And my mom reminded me of that just today because she was like, let me read it because that last time you wrote that book, it was not good. And so I've been dealing with that, just working myself up and giving myself the courage to actually go through it again once I get a couple passes on it. If you guys are interested, if you can hear the sound of my voice out there in internet land, if you're interested in being on the alpha team of reading it and going through it, let me know. You guys can get an advanced copy of said book. And I always urge you now, or even up to the day I send it out, please be gentle. My ego is fragile, quite like glass. But the topic of today comes from that. And we talk about creative people on all our shows, especially New Amsterdam Radio. We talk about how iron sharpens iron. That's for a lot of things. If you want to be an elevated person, find a company that's already elevated and elevate with them, right? If you want to be the best basketball player ever, you're not going to get that way hanging with me because I'm terrible with it. And when it comes to creatives, that is no different. If you want to be better at your craft, surround yourself with other crafts people. This is why people always ask me, hey, man, which city's better, LA or New York? And I'm like, well, New York has more honest people. I love the energy in New York, but there's something cool about being in a creative city like Los Angeles because you can sit there and say, hey, look, I'm working on something. What do you think? What's working for the brand? So on and so forth. Iron sharpens iron, and there's no doubt about that. And I can tell you plenty of times, if you guys have seen the content, being able to have and collaborate with those people who I consider to be pieces of creative iron has been an absolute pleasure. James Lott Jr., Adam Woods, Jack Farmer. These are people that we slave away with and make the best possible content because I am doing something, they're doing something, we work together. Well, sometimes I wonder though, can we offer our pieces of iron to other people? Like, for example, if you're seeing someone that hasn't quite had that mentality yet, someone that is working on something but doesn't quite understand of putting themselves around a council of other creatives, can we be the first person to offer that branch? Or is that overstepping our bounds? They always said that if you're learning something or learning a pursuit, you should always have a mentor, someone to guide you. And if you feel that you don't need a mentor, then it's your turn to mentee. But at the same time, I feel like doing that and going out of your way to say, hey, look, I'll guide you everywhere, I'll teach you things I know, is one, self-deprecating or self-defeating, because at the energy levels, it requires a lot of energy to put yourself out there to be a beacon of knowledge. And then you run the risk of someone taking your information, taking it as their own, and leaving you in the dust, right? So there is a little bit of balance there. But I do think there is a little bit of value of just offering that little branch of wisdom here and there. right? Like there is an advantage to saying, hey, look, I feel like my writings have, my poems, for example, have been pretty good. I'm gonna open myself up to offer someone who may not have the courage to write their own poems some advice. Or, hey, look, I think I've been pretty much a formula that I like to repeat for the podcast thing. A lot of my friends are trying to figure out how to do it. I've created videos, private videos. Like, there's always link to them to give them that knowledge. And I think that was something that came to my mind this week as I finished my own book. Two of my friends on two different sides of my personal network had asked me to read their scripts, and that was kind of an honor. Being able to say, oh, wow, I've been approached by people who are more of a writer than I am. I think I'm an entertainer, even though writing is a component of that. I think entertainer is my first slash, the personality is my first slash. But to have writers say, hey, what do you think, Flobo, means a lot to me. And maybe I should take that and not be as afraid to get my book out there for other people to acknowledge and rip to shreds and tell me what the hell I was thinking. Like I said, that book was supposed to be out this month. The first draft is done by this month, but I'm not sure what the release is going to be. But if you're a creative person, you should be able to have a council of people that you can bounce ideas off of. And in turn, you should have people that come to you. So you can go both ways and learn from different walks of life. You can learn from professionals who've been doing the craft for a long time, or learn from people who are just kind of like trying it out and have that wide-eyed, doe-eyed kind of outlook on life and such. Something else on top of my brain. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below about reaching out to people and being a mentor to other people while you are being mentored at the same time. Iron sharpens iron. Is it okay to spread your iron bits out to as many people as possible, to be selective, or somewhere in between? As for me, I gotta, again, work the courage up to open up that book file and go through it. Because again, my mom is waiting on bated breath for an advanced copy of that memoir. And you know how that goes. This is What's Up, Flobo, man. I'm back here every Wednesday right here on YouTube, youtube.com/FloboVoice. And again, if you know someone who's all about bonus content, all about behind the scenes stuff, bonus writings and whatnot, patreon.com/FloboVoice. We call it the Boisterous Crew. Become a member today and get cool stuff. That does it for me. See you next time.